Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host Doug here with your sports blog and grill for November 15th, 2013. Hanging out with you here, getting you ready for a big football weekend. We got some big time college games. A great weekend, I think, in pro football. I'll also give you your New York sports updates. We go inside some NBA, some Syracuse sports, and I'll talk a little Yankee free agency before we wrap it up with a quick talk on NASCAR as they'll crown a champ this weekend. Alright, so first it's time for our college football pick'em. First game I'm going to pick is my Syracuse Orange taking on the Florida State Seminoles. I think Jameis Winston could kind of struggle with some of this rumors swirling around about his link to a sexual assault case. I see Florida State still winning the game, but I think Syracuse can run the ball against Florida State. So I got Florida State winning this one 35-21. Number 12 versus number 24, Oklahoma State against Texas. I'm going to pick Texas in this one. I like what Texas is doing, coming off a big win against a not very good West Virginia team. I'm going to take Texas in this one 42-30 as they keep rolling in the Big 12 conference title race. And now to put one team on upset alert, I'm going to put number 4 Stanford on upset alert, coming off that big win against Oregon. I think they could struggle. USC playing some good football with Ed Orgeron at the helm there. So I'm going to take USC over Stanford in my upset alert. Alright, so that's college football. Now let's get to the pros. NFL picks week 11. First we'll start with a 1 o'clock game. Redskins and the Eagles going at it. Eagles back to 5-5. Redskins at 3-6, which they were at last year at this point. I think Nick Foles is playing too good right now. I think RG3 could still struggle against an Eagles defense, which has played better. I'm going to take the Eagles over the Redskins 24-16. Probably the second best game of the week, and any other week it would be the top game of the week. 49ers at 6-3, traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints at 7-2. I think Kaepernick is not throwing the ball very well right now. They're going to have to run the ball against a Saints team, which has stopped the run decent besides a couple games, but I think the Saints will get it done. Drew Brees will be too much for the 49ers, as I have the Saints winning this one 35-20. And the game of the week, Sunday night, Chiefs against the Broncos. Chiefs coming in at 9-0, Broncos 8-1. I think Peyton Manning has limped a little. He could struggle. They're going to have to rely on the running game, which I don't think is great. I think the Chiefs' defense will be too much. They'll get to Peyton, put some hits on him. So I got the Chiefs winning this one by a field goal 24-21. All right, time to go to our New York sports update. New York sports update here on Doug's Sports Blog and Grill. We got Knicks are off tonight. Nets are traveling down to Phoenix for a big game. Nets are 2-5 right now. Knicks coming off a big loss last night to the Rockets. Melo had 45, but they just could not get it done down the stretch. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the Nets or with the Knicks going down the stretch. They got some big games. Let's see what they got here. Knicks have some big games coming up for sure. Jeremy Lin returned in impressive fashion. Their next game they got is Saturday against the Hawks at home. Then they got the Pistons and the Pacers next week. So tough week for them. All right, now I want to talk Syracuse sports. Syracuse will be taking on Colgate, the basketball team, tomorrow night at the Dome, 4:30 tip. That should be a good one. And Yankee free agency, we've heard some about a possibility of bringing in David Freese. David Freese, that would be a trade. Also, bids are going in for Hiroshi Tanaka, so that's good stuff. And people are liking the bringing in of Brian McCann. Brian McCann's probably the hot free agent the Yankees are looking to get. They're also going to re-sign Brendan Ryan likely to a contract at shortstop. Alright, so that's all I got from a New York sports update. Now we're going to go to NASCAR briefly. NASCAR this week will crown a champion in Homestead-Miami. It's going to be a great spectacle. Jimmie Johnson, of course, leading the points by 25 points. He just has to take care of business. I think Jimmie will do it. He runs good at Homestead. He's won a lot of titles there. Jimmie's going to be a 6-time champion come Sunday night. So enjoy it. Check it out. Matt Kenseth just couldn't get it done. Had some bad weeks. Jimmie Johnson, too good in the clutch. All right, so Monday I'll be back. We'll go around the Shield. I'll give you my Monday Night Football pick. We'll also look at the newest BCS standings that will come out on Sunday night at 8:30 on ESPN. You can check that out. We'll talk a little NASCAR, give you my reaction to the championship race. Along with, I'll talk a little NBA as the NBA season is getting going and getting into full swing. Should be good. Remember, follow me on Twitter, YankeeBaller415. Comment, questions, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning in to Blog and Grill. I will be back on Monday. Have a great weekend and enjoy the great weekend in sports.